Hey guys, what is going on? This is JGrayBKK here again, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. A while back I had mentioned that I want to try to do something a little bit different that's not, animation throwdown. And one thing that I really like to do is to play indie games. And I was surfing around on Reddit looking at different things, and I came across this user named LaFocade, and he said, we've been working on this game. A couple months ago we put it out, the first version of it, we got some feedback, and we came back and we changed it. And from there, we came up with the game MonoGolf. MonoGolf is kind of like miniature golf for perfectionists. You get one go, and that's where the mono comes from. And so this is going to be my first impressions view of the game. I've already gotten into it a little bit to see how the gameplay works and how far I could get, and just have a good idea of everything that's going on. So to start off here on the main screen, you have your play, your create, options, and upgrades. Play is just where you play the game. Create, they have a nice little sandbox area where you can create your own miniature golf courses, and then you can submit them to the game. And then later on, those can actually be played by other players, which is really cool. I do like that feature a lot. And then also you got the upgrades, which you can see here. You can increase your total lives, you can skip levels if you lose 4 lives, and also you can see the trail of the last ball that you shot, which could be very useful in some cases. And then on this screen they also have some donations where you can give to the developers, which, I mean, if you're gonna spend some money on some other applications, go ahead and spend it here. These guys seem like that they put in a lot of work to make this game really good, and I'll tell you right now, I think this game is really good. There's a few things that could be changed, but overall I'm really happy with how this game plays. And down at the bottom here you see 2 options. One, there's a little movie for 500, we'll call them tokens. So you can watch advertisements, which also helps out the developers, and you can get some tokens for that, and you can use those tokens to upgrade yourself. And then at the very bottom you have your current token count. So if I go ahead and I click on this little plus heart, that'll give me 19, and that'll let me start off with 19 lives to help me get just a little bit farther in the game, depending on how crappy I want to play. So today we're just going to be looking at the play feature and just the main game itself. And so if you come here, you have 3 options. This is the main screen, and you can begin here, and this is where you start from hole number 1. And as you can see, so far I've made it up to hole number 43. If we swipe to the right, you can see the shortcuts, which can take you to the holes that you are having the most problems with, so that you can practice on those. The only problem with this is once you get past that hole, you continue on and continue on and continue on until you lose all of your lives. And when you lose all of your lives, you don't unlock any shortcuts. The only way to unlock shortcuts is by starting from the beginning. And then you also have the classic, and this is what I was talking about. This is where it's levels created by players themselves, and you unlock these as you go through the game and get farther and farther. So without further ado, let's get started, and you'll probably hear some of my frustration as we go through as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this little playthrough, and once I finish up, I'll give my final impressions on this game for you. So to play this game, all you have to do is you just have to pull back and let go. And if you get the ball in the hole, then good for you. You move on to the next one. And then you also get points for each hole-in-one that you get. But that's the only thing that you are going to get is a hole-in-one. If you don't, you lose a life. And now you might be thinking, well, that looks way too easy. What are you talking about? You just pull it back and you hit it? Ah, dang it. And yes, it's a game about angles. And so that's the first thing, is you have to know the right angles to get the ball to go in. The second thing is, you might be thinking, well, like how when you were little, you would always play those golf games and you just pull it back as hard as you can and then just let it rip. And for the most part, this game so far, what I've seen, yeah, that's what I've had to do. But then you get to some levels where it actually takes some finesse to get it in. And we'll see that here in a few moments. But I really do enjoy this game. It's one of those games where if you're waiting on somebody, and you have nothing to do, you can pull this game out quite quick. And alright, you know what, I'll take that. I got 1 extra life out of that, and then I also got all the coins. But yeah, you can play this game anywhere. It's really easy, and it's a good way to kill, you know, like 5 or 10 minutes while you're waiting on your husband or wife, or maybe you're waiting on the doctor to pay your bills at the doctor's office. I don't know what you could be doing. But here's a level where you actually have to do it a little bit easier. You can't pull it all the way back. Oh no, there we go, I missed that one. And so I'm not the best at this game. I mean, I'm no Jack Nicholson, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I've gotten all the way up to level 42, and that's typically where I start to have a lot of problems. And on some of these levels, I've actually done really well the whole time, and then I go back to play them again, and I do terrible. It's crazy how good you can be sometimes, and then the next time that you go to play it, you just have a horrible. It sucks. And this game just brings out my frustration. I was playing it at work earlier today, and a couple times I about made some inappropriate comments to this stupid little golf ball because he wouldn't go where I wanted him to go. Get in the hole. Let's try this one more time. Go. Yes, there we go. And so you get the option as the levels go through to get some additional health and whatnot. So there we go. I got an extra life on that one. That's good. That'll keep me playing for just a little bit longer. And this is a water hole. If you drop the ball into the water, then you are going to be in trouble because you lose. And I normally don't have too many problems except for this level. Oh my god. So this game, it's really cool because it's not one of those things where you just build up and build up and build up until the levels get harder and harder and harder. The game actually starts off really easy, and then it'll throw in a level with that's a little bit challenging, and then it'll add another easy level, and then it'll go to hard, and then go to easy. So it definitely keeps you on your toes. It definitely keeps you on your toes as you're going through. Gosh. There we go. So like that last level, I had some trouble, and then you get to a level like this where it's like, how hard could this level be? And it's not very hard. It's actually really easy. But yeah, this game, it definitely switches it up a lot as far as there we go. It switches it up as far as the difficulty goes on a lot of these levels, which makes it a lot of fun. It definitely doesn't discourage you from playing. And come on. Definitely doesn't discourage. It definitely doesn't discourage you. You've got to be kidding me. There we go. So I'm trying to say, it doesn't discourage you from playing the game too much. You do, of course, have some of these levels which are just a pain in the butt. There we go. But for the most part, I'm going to say it's a good game. And there's just so many different obstacles that they throw in here at you. So now we have these moving things, which, by the way, if you could take those out, that would be great. I know the developers are going to see this video after I make it. So I hate these. Stop it. Not this part necessarily, but once we get out to like in 2 levels, I think there's a level where I'm just miserable at that. So yeah, this game has a lot of good elements put into it. You could tell that the creators took a lot of care in making this game. It's super simple, but at the same time, it's got a good level of technicality thrown into. Whoa, what is going on there? Shoot, that way one. There we go. This is the level I use. And this one, you gotta give it the slightest tappa. You gotta just tap it in. Just tap it in. Let's try that again. And so you can see the need to have to upgrade your lives. Because the farther you get in this game, the more you're gonna die. The more you're gonna die, the just, ugh. Can we get it? Can we get it? Yes! So you definitely need to upgrade as you go. If you don't, you're gonna be in some trouble. Almost. Too much. Come on. What if we go over here? Nope. And one more shot. And that is it. Game over. And from here, then you have the option to select if you want to watch an advertisement for 5 additional lives, or if you want to pay an extra 300 tokens to get 5 lives, or you can just stop right there like we're going to do right here. So overall, I think that this game is really fun, and I would call it a really good pocket game, meaning that you just put it into your pocket, pull it out when you want to play for a couple minutes, relieve some stress. Maybe you're on break at work, or you're, like I said, you're in the car with someone, or you're waiting on somebody. This is a really good game to play. It's really easy, not too technical. There's not much to it at all. Graphics, they look fine. It's a very minimalistic game. The only concern that I have about this game is that I don't think the ball rolls far enough. Sometimes when you're on what I would assume is a flat surface or a hard surface, the ball just gets kind of stuck. And so if you guys could fix that, that would make it fantastic. Other than that, overall, it's a really good game, and I'd really recommend everybody to go and give it a shot. And so why don't you guys leave me some likes, tell me down in the comments what you think about this game, if you played it or not. Go and download it, give it a try. I promise you won't be upset with this. As of now, I've only been able to find the game on Android, but it might be on iOS. And once it is on iOS, I'm sure that the developers will put out a note. So go download this game, check it out, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. This is JGrayBKK.